So what's it gonna be today? Yabona izinto zihlangene, yabona ngathi
Easy, we're back with another episode of Dope Hot and Fresh. So vandaag silaitra ngizasebhetali again. Sizo-interview uNhlanhla Isadoze. So asazi ukuthi Isadoze is dozing the sketches because ubhizi ngama-visual arts. So ubhizi nge-sketching. Today siyo-interviewer yena. Stay tuned. Let's go.
It's too much.
Yeah, just vibing
That's
with it.
on your boy. We do that like that. It's on your boy. Hey yo, son. If it's dope, hot and fresh, we got to talk about it.
Dope, hot and fresh.
It's too much.
Isizobuya namhlanje ngathi ngizophuma, but now I feel ready. It's a date I'm not taking on, baby. I'll make sure that I'm there early. Be ready, have a good time till the sun comes up.
So easy, we here noNhlanhla. uNhlanhla, he's an artist, he's a visual artist, wenza sketching. So vandaag siphethe yena, I want to interview him, asitshele ukuthi what's going on with the sketching thing, because we don't know anything about sketching. So Nhlanhla, how's it my guy?
I'm all good.
Great plan.
I'm great.
So sila namhlanje kwakho usibhizi Dope Hot and Fresh to get you in the interview. Usitshele kabanzi about your sketching. So what's up? Who's Nhlanhla? Kwenzakalani ngawo before we get into the sketching?
Okay. Igama lami uNhlanhla Mbuyiselo wakamkhize. I am from a humble place called Efoslorasi.
Yeah.
Abaningi babo bazi ngeBhozi.
Ipozi.
Yeah, eBhozi, yeah.
Sure.
So like I'm from the ghetto, and how me and sketching transpired is I met a guy in school and I was in second grade.
Sure.
So while I was in second grade,
So you started from second grade?
yeah, second grade.
Wow.
Grade 2.
Okay.
So this guy was making comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was really fascinated by this guy making comics, and
Sure.
my brother evidently so I got fascinated, when I got to my brother and I was like, can you please teach me how to draw,
Yeah.
judging how mischievous I was.
Sure.
He was like, I'm not. Relax. You can't.
Relax. It's not your thing.
Yeah, no, I was like, all right, since he doesn't want to teach me, I'm going to teach myself, because I still even have the drawings which I started with. But
Serious?
yeah, it's my mother. My
Wow.
mother kept them like this long. Like,
Yeah.
I really get fascinated.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
He's 22.
Yeah,
He's
22.
22.
Right.
From the second grade till now.
Yeah, till now. So from how the passion began, and now how it has taken shape, I use sketching and artistry to voice myself.
Oh.
Khuluma
Khuluma
ngayo kahle
Yeah.
kahle ukuthi if ever there's a certain way that I'm feeling,
Sure.
then I just grab my pencils and I get into it, trying to be vocal about my emotions,
Sure.
about what's bottled
Sure.
inside,
Okay.
because-
Ngiyibamba. Suthi khona ungakhona noma ulanda someone nje. Umbambe kahle ngokuqala uthi la vista manje uthi lapho usho ukuthi uyabangena ngalezo.
Balo.
Come on my guy. So isipani sakho where do people get to find it? Like, do you do exhibit or anything like that?
Okay, right now I'm based on commercial works, kahle abantu ukuze bangithola through social media kakhulu yabo ama-exhibitions angakawayenzi.
Yes.
But manje wangisho ukuthi commercial work, it actually means ukuthi a person would see my work in social media and
Sure.
get to encounter me through the social media and tell me, no, I have a child or I have a sibling or
Sure.
whatever their dearest whoever abamthandayo
Yeah.
abafuna vele ukuthi ngimsketch and then,
Sure.
you know, I
Uba
just
busy ngaye.
yeah ngibabhizi ngaye, just do the deed.
So sketching sakho, it's only maphepheni kuphela, or you also do painting like impahla?
Impahla, no, impahleni ngingazama thithi ngingazama.
Yeah.
You know, but as an artist, I feel ukuthi, you know, there's nothing that I can't conquer, you know. Even
Sure.
if you were to give me clothing, I can do it because of its art. It's in the hands.
Yeah.
You know, paper, the only difference would be clothing has a different texture and
Sure.
you know, paper has a different texture.
Yeah.
But, you know, the artistry is still the same, you know, vision.
Sure.
As long as you still have the vision, you know, wherever you take the artistry.
Sure.
You know, because no ngangithola naku painting,
Yeah.
you know, what I do ngama sketchings as something that I can even do in painting.
Nice.
You know? So
yeah. Okay.
that's how it goes on about.
So since you're telling me which you started this like from grade 2, so like Tina Sibanta Bamnyama dog. Sibanta Bamnyama, we don't get that much opportunities of which abazali bas support in that way since you're doing art. They believe that you need to get your matric and
Your
stuff.
matric, yeah.
Then you go to work.
You get to work, yeah.
How peeling a people like.
Yeah.
They don't believe in that.
Right.
So when how has that been for you?
Hey, I would say that I'm a lucky person, you know, because my parents, I'd say, they are open-minded, you know,
Yeah.
because of what they do, they invest in my interest.
Okay.
You know, rather than trying to fit me in something which I cannot, you know, fit myself in and say,
Sure.
you know what, this is my expertise. They
Sure.
first saw, okay, where is my passion, you
Yeah.
know, and I showed them my passion,
Yeah.
and they were like, you know what, your passion, we're going to invest in your passion, you know, because I wouldn't be here vandaag if it wasn't for, you know,
Sure.
the environment that I grew up in,
Yeah.
you know, because before I believed in what I do, you know, the people that I share a living space with, you
Sure.
know, they believe in what I do, you know, which is why I always say, hey, in this fiso sam they could have a better approach, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
on how to facilitate abantwana.
Abantwana, because now I feel like bulala amaphupho
we
abantwana
want to
amaningi.
enhance umntwana through passion
Sure,
yakhe.
sure.
Yabo, ngoba at the end of the day, loyo mntwana loyo, they have a destiny and they
Yeah.
have to claim,
Sure.
you know, their place, you know, in this multi-universe.
Sure.
You know, and I have this belief, ukuthi, you know, that the universe comes alive, you know,
Okay.
to those who pursue their dreams.
Sure.
You know, because into engiyibilivayo leyo, I feel like ukuthi, if ever one is pursuing their dreams, you know,
Yeah.
there is nowhere they would prefer to be than, you know, doing what they love.
Sure.
You know, which is why ukuthi, when one does what they love, you know, they become alive and they become heightened.
Sure.
You know, and the philosophy can even be formed out of what you love.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, artist. You know, that's the life of an artist.
Sure.
By birth, when you're an artist, you're a philosopher. So, like, you know, I mean, that's how it comes on about, you know, what
Sure.
you have to raise, if ever, as umzali nomntwana we-artist, you have to raise an artist, you
Sure.
know, not an artisan.
Artist to artist.
Artisan. Though I know ukuthi impilo, you know, it commands quite a lot, you know, and
Sure.
at the end of the day, we have to survive, you know, and going to school, getting good grades, and finding a good secure job, you know, it's a culture that has inhabited our minds for the longest of times, you know, and we don't realize ukuthi esikhathini esiningi yabo angeke size sifithe sonke kulelo plan lelo.
Sure.
Yabo, khona abantu engasho ukuthi academically they are challenged.
Okay.
Yabo nto le.
Since uthinta that, so when are you one of those abangaqedanga like their studies or anything like that,
Yeah.
but who just want to pursue their dreams?
Yeah, mina the furthest I've went in education was matric.
Okay.
Yabo ngithe mangifika ku matric ngazitshela ukuthi yazini I just want to pursue the art.
Sure.
Yabo. But you know, being the person that I am, one thing that I've survived with is that, you know, although ngapursueanga education yam further, I told myself I am going to educate myself.
Sure.
You know, because as ubona nje njengalana endlini You know, I'm not lazy. Ukuthi ngithatha incwadi eyi-1 nje ngibrowse ngibone ukuthi what can I, you know, gain from that, you know. At the end of the day, you know, there is institutional education and there also is self-education, you know, and some people, they capitalize on both, some capitalize on one end side.
When you capitalize
mina ngicapitalize on self-education kakhulu.
Yebo
ngisebenzelayo kakhulu yabo. Ngoba manje kahle isifiso sami sokuthi nje ngifike esigela kule sigela mina engisifunayo. Yabona ukuthi azange kwenzeka ngendlela ebengibone ngayo kahle kahle yabo, because I wanted to find myself in an art school, you know, but I didn't let that to be, you know, a barricade, you know, for me to reach, you know, my destination. I told myself that, okay, since ngikwazi ukufika la ngifuna ukufika khona, let me be a self-taught artist, you know, but ngizenzele mina yabo. But at the end of the day, education ibalulekile, whether it's self-education or institutional education, you know, ibalulekile.
Sure. So Blooding, yakuzwa, hey, there's a lot. kunegama ngilibonile. I think it's Isadoze or something like that. Please, kwenzakalani lapho? Is it your real name or igama nje? Like a stage name since you're artist?
I know, no, that's my real name.
Okay.
Given to me by umkhulu wami uSibande. Okay, Sibande isibongo esibolekiwe. Initially,
what do you mean isibolekiwe?
Wasuka eMalawi. Makasuka eMalawi weza la eSouth Africa.
Okay.
Just because of nje bhaka la eSouth Africa waboleka isibongo, but initially makasuka le eMalawi kahle bhaka uKaitano. Gaetano. Yeah. So Umkhulu Kaitano.
Yes.
Yeah. So ngenkathi ngizalwa,
yes,
you know, wabhala iletter kumama ukuthi okay, since sengivelile,
yes,
ngizoba uIsadoze.
Isadoze.
Lelo gama igama lesena.
Okay.
It means to overcome.
Wow, that's nice.
It means
it's
to overcome.
really dope, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much dope because it's something that has held me together, you know.
Yeah.
Because of a person's name, it's somewhat of a prophecy about how they are going to, you know.
You're the first one. You're the first to tell me that. I did some research and find out ukuthi umuntu kahle kahle kwezinye izinto uphila ngegama lakhe.
Uphila exactly.
Igama lakho kahle kahle likwenza ukuthi uphumelele kwezinye izinto. You just need to follow your name.
Follow your name.
And follow that. Then yonke into but njengoba usangichazela nje yami. Lakho so umkhulu just left a letter ukuthi hayi lo mntwana kuzoba uIsadoze lo.
Yeah, actually, because I didn't believe it at first, you know. Because igama abangazange balifaka ku birth certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
But ilikhona le exist.
Yeah, la exist iletter. But ngiyibona iletter yakhona, iletter wayabhala umkhulu ayibhalela umama ungikhiphela wathi nali igama. Ngathi hawu that much
Kwenzakalani?
Webo into le. So ngithi mangithi ngiyalifunda vele uma akachaza vele no ngathanda ngathi no, you know what, this is the name I would love to use.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wazange abe nenkinga ngalokho.
Yeah, azange abe nenkinga.
But how did it end up ukuthi lingangeni ku ID?
I also ngabuza abazali ngoba yazi mangibabuza nami nje angitholi kahle kahle i-explanation yakhona.
So ukuthi igama uNhlanhla kuphela.
uNhlanhla Mbuyiselo.
Nhlanhla Mbuyiselo.
Akhona vele ID.
Yeah.
Isadoze. And then Isadoze ngile ngiyabo, but that I didn't take it as something which I as in ngcono ngalisebenzisi. But if ever you have very chance ukuthi ngilifakane uzofaka.
Kunokushaya 3 amagama.
Yeah, 3 amagama ndoda awu. Ngathi nabantu abashaya nga4 ndoda.
Serious? But labo ngathi nosibani bakudala nawe sofuna ukubuyela endulo.
Yeah, phela sonke vele mina umuntu akudala vele phela. Umuntu akudala.
Sure.
Oh, I'm an old soul. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Indlela engiphila ngayo, indlela engikhuluma ngayo, the way I present myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an old soul. That's how I choose to, you know, to carry myself.
Yeah. So, Blooded, what else I'd like to know would your work.
Okay.
Can see like it's so beautiful and stuff.
Alright.
But do people get to buy these sketches from you, or lawa awakho ala endlini.
Yeah, lawa kahle kahle ama sketches esengwa compilele kahle kahle yabo as ukuthi nje kube ne reference ukuthi mangibuza ukuthi okay collection yakho not yabo kahle kahle these works are to buy me credibility kahle kahle yabo ukuthi okay I'm an artist and this is what I do if however I do want to approach you know I'm a spaces where you know they would be interested in art but nje ngumsebenzi lo ngigcinile because of lo msebenzi nje olana nje yabo so umsebenzi it's been a while since ukhona yabo
so speaking of ukuthi it's a reference of your work like do you have like some sort of a company where everything is registered under there?
Yo, unfortunately I don't.
How comes that?
And I'm fighting to do that.
Who you fighting now?
No, fighting myself. You know, at the end of the day, you're the enemy, not another person. You have to overcome yourself. Yeah. But that, you know, is something that I certainly want to do. You know, having a company and registering umsebenzi wami. You know, as I said earlier on, ukuthi kahle kahle through lama commercial works kahle kahle izinto esengigcine kakhulu kuzo yabo ukuthi okay abantu bafike ngibacela ama sketch yabo but manje having ukuthi actually art you can actually you separate the art nje okay kuqala it's commercial work and there's investment work you know which is where investment work it actually needs value to ube an establishment you know that is going to regulate umsebenzi wakho as you know registered so manje nje wangisasebhizi ngama commercial work kahle kahle yabo ngisazama ukuthi ngiqokelele konke all my working and through that so that I can be able to register myself you know
need that
and start
you really need
that and I really do
Spansako sihle blood
ngiyazibongela
that's why Dope Hot and Fresh it's here we've been seeing this so blood and ngikuzwe uthi you from Efoslo so how did it happen to suke Efoslo eGauteng where everything is happening and then uze kurural come on man come on
vele kwelekezakala yabo ukuthi nkathi sisefoslo we had to sell the house ebehlala kuyo and then sezana ibhetali vele and then size la efoslo ngisuke 2016 sezalana sifika 2016 it was April so that's how I found myself very situated ebhetali so it's been 4 years since I've been here
ukudlala ngepensela
so lokho nje ngidlala ngepensela
so like dlaleni kwepensela blood udlala ngepensela kuphela or ikhona enye hustle maybe to back you up to khona ukuthenga your material to sketch
well I know vele njengoba ngisketch kahle kahle yabo each and every sketch ngiyathanda vele ukuthi ihambelane ne poetry because of my
poet
this
guy sketch a poet
is it ngiyamthola ngoba manje vele sometimes you would really to display art yakho umuntu afika kubuza ukuthi okay ndoda manje lana ndoda po team then so I later vele in poetry form uyayibona into le so kahle hle ngithanda ukudlala ngalawo ama experimentals nje kanjalo nje sure
so since you're a poet is there something wakhona ukusrecitela yona maybe fast nje uthi clap sizwe ukuthi
athi ngibeke kanje sitting on a rocking chair my thoughts spiraling back and forth, I almost throw my hands in despair. How life is never fair with one share of heaven. Reaping and raging and scolding hell on the surface, tossing a coin, I'm losing my head in fantasies and tales, blown away by a gale. Death wears no veil. Nobody knows the afterlife but life the crook that robs one's pride. No gun, no knife, but definitely not someone to make your wife. So Village. It's nyana
sweating. This one is sweating. This one is always sweating. Why? No, it's too much. Why are you not doing anything about long little why?
And I would necessarily because of at the end of the day no man is a one-man Iceland, you know. At the end of the day you need to know where do I channel myself, you know, what platforms do I channel myself, you know. uzokwazi ukuthi ungene wazi ukuthi uplug in ngoba plug in that because you know ukuthi okay lana at least there will be something ezobuya with you know a positive feedback, something that I can say ukuthi okay it's what I've done.
Sure.
So getting out there, you know, I do get out there.
No, you do.
I do.
All my gigs. Like
not
for
necessarily.
poetry.
Well, for manje,
Okay.
I see it in public places, and then vele nje ngiyasketch abantu bafike bazoviewa yabo sponsor me vele yabo. But as for a poetry kamanje nje I'm still writing. Ngicile kakhulu nje ukubhala.
Since you writing ubhali poetry, or do you also write maybe your books or anything, scriptures, anything like that?
Yeah, I do. Because konke njengoba ngisho ukuthi poetry yami sengicollecte ihamba accordingly ne-sponsor.
Sure.
Yabo. So kahle when I release my next project,
Sure.
which will be coming soon, it will be
As a poet or
as a poet and an artist, because ngithanda ukuhlanganisa
zibe into eyi-one,
zibe into eyi-one yabo zibe imbumba. Yeah, ukuthi vele as soon as i-project yami which is coming soon, as soon as it dropper izobe ihambelana nani ne-poetry yabo, so that i-poetry can make ispan ama-visuals ukuthi abe much more easier ukuthi abantu bawa-understand.
Okay.
So yeah, mina vele lelo bhande vele engihamba ngalo yabo ukuze ngingene ku-poetry kahle ngingene ku-poetry because of ngiyabona ukuthi no, it has to complement the art.
Sure.
Uyayibona lento leyo.
So I get you.
So vele nje nguloyo muntu loyo ukuthi as much as nje mangishaya display nje out like ukuthi display ihambe ne-poetry. Sure.
Nice. Tell me, I'm an artist, my name. The creative, my name.
My name.
So when I in le kwenza ukuthi wena ube unique, and I need to find like that who unikeze your own definition of art. Like when you hear the name or the word art, what comes in your mind?
Ash, hey, that's a deep question. It's a deep question, but anyway, angazi ukuthi nempendulo yami izoba deep now.
No, it's not.
But anyways, bear with me. Yabo, mina kahle the way esengithathe ngakhona yabo ukuthi definition of art is a way of consciousness kahle yabo. It's a way of living, because of at the end of the day, art is what makes me to feel like I'm present within myself. You know, it's something that makes me feel. You know, something that I love. You know, something that helps me see. You know, it helps me to even know. So, which is why I say, the art definition, accordingly to me, you know, it's a way of consciousness.
Sure.
Sure. As an artist, you know, you are set with a really, really rare practice to see the unseen. You know, being the artist that I am, the conceptual artist I am, because of ama pieces I'm earning, you know. Despite lawa engiwasebenzisa as ama reference, ukhona lawa abantu abanginikeza ama reference njengoba ngisho ukuthi umuntu acela ukuthi ngimshaya isithombe nencosi yakhe. That's a reference.
Sure.
But if ever you want to speak about art in its purest form, you know, for me, is a conceptual.
Okay.
Is a conceptual village, so I later get we express.
Sure.
So good thing ngadedi kakhulu yabo kulento kahle umbuze yona. So kahle art for me, you know, it's the way of seeing the unseen, you know, and not expressing the unseen. Yeah, the way definition.
So do you need to dream it in order to live it, or you can live it so you can dream it too? I don't know, which one is it?
No. I could say both.
Okay.
Because you really have to live it for you to dream it.
Sure.
You know, you have to dream it for you to live it.
Because I think they dream first.
Yeah.
Then they implement.
They implement.
Yeah, they just implement. Then must be poop.
Well, I guess that is the mystery of life. You know, when you poop up, it means it's something spontaneous.
Sure.
Then you have to act on it because of it's spontaneous. You know, and if you encounter it while you are still living it, the corner still, you know, it's a way of you finding it. You know, finding the dream kahle kahle uyayibona le nto le.
Sure.
So njengoba ngisho nje ukuthi ingeza kayi-2 ingeza ngayi-2
Sure.
kuyadependa ukuthi you know how timeless you know it is, you know, it can be everything. I believe with everything is timeless, you know, and everything comes to us when it's actually time, you know.
You think yonke into izakithi because it's timeless?
It's timeless.
What makes you say that?
What makes me say that it's because of what we find ourselves in situations or maybe we are pushed. You know, push, ufake ispan. And then comes like a divine timing where everything just works out, you know. And
also that's why it's timeless.
That's why it's timeless.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas seyisebenza ngani effortless. Uyayibona le kusadinga ukuthi ufake that much,
sure,
you know, energy into it. Yabo
sure.
Seyisebenza njani effortless.
Okay.
Yabo, which is why ngisho into timeless into sometimes there's a effortless. Sure.
Okay, so ngithi ngiyacala ke namhlanje ke blood ngiyadecide ke namhlanje ukuthi no yazi today funa iphepha lami funa ipencil yami funa ipeni yami I want to start sketching.
Sure.
What's the advice to abantu abafana nami?
The advice vele was qala vele nje on a common ground,
Okay.
which is practice.
Okay.
Practice and repetition, you know, and something which I would advise, you know, with patience, you have patience in your work, have discipline, you know, be calm. You know, sometimes you won't get it right, you know, but be calm about it, you know, because of village, it's still a starting point, you know.
Sure.
And you have to be consistent and you have to be persistent. Yeah, for me that's my advice njengomuntu oqalayo vele ukuthi ugcina sofika vele la kumele ufike khona, because of I feel ukuthi those are the needed qualities, you know, and values. Sure.
So abantu like who wanna get at you, blood, and who wanna do like sketches, let's say maybe they from Kwamanyama towns or other cities, how do they get at you? How do they make sure this is the guy?
Well, you can get me with social media.
Yeah.
You can get me on Facebook, Isadoze Nhlanhla Mbuyiselo. You can get me on Instagram, Isadoze SA.
Isadoze SA.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram.
WhatsApp, anything?
WhatsApp, you can find me on WhatsApp if you want to communicate,
please,
with the
tell us
boy.
your number,
on
number,
WhatsApp, it's
yes.
076 074 7710. Please hit me up, guys.
I was
If
peeing,
ever
I was
you need-
peeing, this pee.
076 074 7710. If ever you need the boy to do his magical work, man. I mean, what?
You got it on lock.
I got it on lock, man.
So as you can hear, uthi khona ukuyishaya lento vele without anyone's help. Uyayishayela, he's been doing it from grade 2 till now. He's 22 now. Cabanga uqale from grade 2, he's 22. It makes sense, man. It rhymes. So it's dope, hot and fresh. Jayam, thank you for the interview. Thank you for the time. Thank you for Unkosipewon. We're here because of you.
All right.
We love the work, Jayam.
Akubonge mina,
uNkulunkulu
man.
akubusise abazali bahlezi banawo bakuthanda sizokuthandazisa nathi.
Sure.
Ukuthi umsebenzi wakho uqhubekele phambili. Siyabonga Jayam. Really appreciate it. We beg yaqaqa. If you need to start sketching, uzwele wena.
Sure.
If you haven't heard this, uzamthola naye uyakutholakala kuma social platforms wonke,
Sure.
even naku WhatsApp usishile number zakhe.
Sure.
Make sure you stay tuned in for his work,
Ooh,
because
that-
I know there's something coming. So easy like that. Signing out. It's dope, hard and
Fresh.
like that.
It's too much.
Yeah, just vibing with
That's on your boy. We do that like that. It's on your boy. Hey yo, son. If it's dope, hard and fresh, we got to talk about it.
Dope, hot and fresh.
It's too much.